gentlemen, welcome to Communication Convergence, a DSSF Senior High School Virtual English Fest 2021 with our theme, Technology and Education, Connecting, Informing, Inspiring. We are live via Facebook through our official DSSF page. Once again, welcome ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, the Philippine National Anthem.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Kayang magiliw, telas ang sinakanan, alam ng puso, sa titik mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, kuya ka ng magiting, sa mandulupin, di ka pasisigil, sa nagatang tutok sa simoy at sa langit mo pagaw, ay ginatang tulad, awit sa pagkayang minamahal, ang isang ng matawad mo'y tagumpay na nagtitindig, ang bituin at araw niya kailan pa may di magtitindig. Luha ng araw ng walhagit pagsingka, mo'y langit sa piling mo. Ang inigaya ng pagkay mga amin, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Opening prayer by Miss Carlene Marie Ramos.
Let's bow our heads and place ourselves in the presence of the Lord. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for gathering all of us today in this important event. May you bestow your guidance and blessings on this event so that we can enjoy and appreciate its significance in our lives. Bless everyone present here today, that each one of us may be able to share what he or she have for your glory and honor. Grant good health and safety to our loved ones left at home, and peace and goodwill to all men. May the various activities related to this event be a success through your intervention. We ask all of these in your name. Amen.
And now, please welcome our Head Teacher 1, Mr. Michael M. Hiramis, for his welcome address.
Our School Principal, Mr. 𝚂𝚑𝚑𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚑, Administrative Officer 4, Mrs. 𝚂𝚑𝚑𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚑, School Nurse, Mr. 𝚂𝚑𝚑𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚑, Ms. Carla May Dalugdug, our Guidance Counselor Designate, Dr. Joy S. Cabaubao, our Senior High School Coordinator, Mr. Ronex Paras, Master of Arts Teaching in English, faculty and staff, parents, students, participants, good day to each and everyone. English is the universal form of communication in science. English is currently the best way to share one's research findings in other parts of the world. English is important to information technology for various reasons. IT is used in businesses and is basically the backbone of the commercial world at the moment. The influence of technology and internet on modern English language is clearly seen and touched in various ways and means. First, it adds lots of jargon vocabulary. Second, it provides meaning to existing words and terms. The Senior High School Virtual English Festival 2021 is a communication convergence of technology and education with the purpose of connecting, informing, inspiring young learners to go further amidst the pandemic crisis that we are facing today. I warmly welcome each and everyone to our Senior High School Virtual English Festival full of hopes and aspirations. Thank you for your continued support to our school's mission and vision. Let's continue to sail on. Happy ship, beloved School of Fisheries. To God be all the glory. Thank you.
And now, please welcome Master Teacher 2 and Senior High School Coordinator, Mrs. Joy S. Cabaubao, for the statement of purpose.
My courtesy to our principal, Sir 𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚘𝚑𝚑, our head teacher, Sir Michael Heramis, the teacher in charge of Mabini Extension, Sir Jesse Bernal, my colleagues in this institution, parents, students, good afternoon. The Department of Education continues its advocacy in delivering quality education to the learners amidst global pandemic crisis. The schools, together with the partnership of its teachers, parents, and community stakeholders, join hand in hand to create, design, and implement educational innovations for the welfare of the learners to ensure their learning development. In senior high school, as an essential component of the K-12 program, it is challenging to envision a successful senior high school without unfolding the qualities of a successful K-12 program. The K-12 program is a transformative vehicle for local and national development. Through the provision of quality education for all, the K-12 program intends to develop and harness the skills and competencies of the Filipino youth, leading to the development of self, community, and nation. With this regard, the proponents initiated a senior high school activity, Communication Convergence, Technology and Education, Connecting, Informing, Inspiring, which will commence on October 29, 2021. This serves as an indispensable venue where students apply, showcase, and present their various speaking events and writing skills through literary and language context via online streaming, which are anchored from the learning competencies of the subjects oral communication in context, English for academic and professional purposes, and creative writing with the integration of teaching of language skills and proficiencies through relevant language communication and written activities and competencies with respects to cognitive, affective, and psychomotor learning domains. This activity aims to strengthen the communicative and written competence of the learners, which is highly relevant and timely in today's 21st century learning. The commencement of this program is in response to continue the delivery of quality education with the trust of 𝚂𝚑𝚑𝚘𝚑𝚑.
And now, for his inspirational message, please welcome our secondary school principal 3, Mr. 𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝟑
the 𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑 spearheading this English festival at this pandemic period of our school year. Nonetheless, even if modality for our classes hinders us in conducting actual festival, competition, and other activities. I am so proud of the English group for spearheading this virtual activity to ensure that activities of our learners, our students, are being given consideration despite of this pandemic that literally and figuratively hinders this activity supposed to be undertaken in a face-to-face interaction. English group, especially in senior high school, headed by very active and dependable Next for us. Of course, ably facilitated and supervised by the department head, Ma'am 𝚂𝚑𝚑𝚘𝚘, is making sure that this school year our learners will be given the opportunity to express their innate talents and skills, especially in communication, in communicating what is to be delivered to the appropriate and identified targets. This activity for the school year will give us the idea that the pandemic is not a hindrance of continuing what had been the usual practice of conducting and holding this annual activity to measure the ability, to measure the readiness of our learners in this particular subject area. Again, on behalf of the administration of the 𝚑𝚑𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘 beneficiaries, I am challenging everyone to give the best of what you have and hope that this will be an inspiration to continue the activity that is precisely intended to give equal opportunity of our students to engage and interact much more, to compete their abilities and their cognitive facilities to be exercised and developed at this point in time. Again, congratulations English department for this activity, and we hope that this would be replicated, that this would be some sort of embarking challenge to the others to make sure that our learners are given the most importance, the priority of all our activities in the Department of Education, in our region, and our schools division of 𝚑𝚑𝚘𝚘, most particularly 𝚑𝚑𝚘𝚘 School District. Again, good day everyone, and God bless in all our endeavors and activities.
For the introduction of the Board of Judges, please welcome our English Department Coordinator, Mrs. 𝚂𝚐𝚑𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚑, Master Teacher 2.
Good day, everyone. Before I take the pleasure of introducing our panel of judges, allow me first to express my gratitude to Sir 𝚑𝚑𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚑, Sir Ronel Cornelia, and Miss Carlene Marie Ramos for all their hard work in planning and spearheading this activity, Communication Convergence, a Senior High School Virtual English Fest 2021. We all know that COVID-19 has changed the world, especially in terms of our educational system. But encouraging our students to learn and enjoy amidst all the challenges is one of our most important roles as teachers, although it can also be the hardest. This virtual English Fest helps create a healthy competition among our students, and it is a great way to motivate and encourage them to try harder and make best use of their potentials. So for this event, a panel of independent judges from other schools were recruited, each chosen for their expertise and insight to select deserving winners for each category. For our first judge, she is a graduate of Master of Arts in Education and currently a Master Teacher 2 of Pedro A. Arches National High School Senior High School Department. Please help me welcome Ms. 𝚂𝚐𝚑𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚑. For our second judge, she finished her college degree at University of Southeastern Philippines, Davao City. She is also a graduate of Master of Arts in Education in Southern Philippines Agribusiness, Marine and Aquatic School of Technology, and now Davao del Sur State College. She is 32 years of age, married, and with a child. She is currently connected at 𝚂𝚑𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘 National High School for 8 years now. She is handling senior high school subjects like English for academic and professional purposes, 21st century literature, reading and writing, and personality development. She is also a grade 12 advisor, a senior high school coordinator, Watch Coordinator, and Senior High School Career Guidance Advocate. Let us welcome Ms. Vanessa P. Paden. For our last judge, she is a graduate of Master of Arts in Education, major in Language Teaching, and currently a Secondary School Teacher 3 of Padada National High School. She is also the English Coordinator and Dance Arts Teacher. Let us welcome Ms. 𝚂𝚌𝚑𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚕. So, those are our panel of judges, and I wish everyone a good luck. Thank you, and God bless us all.
Let us now go to the reading of the criteria for judging. For the spoken word poetry, here is the criteria. Message and content, 40%. Delivery and performance, 40%. Originality, 10%. Overall impact, 10%, for a total of 100%. For infographics, the criteria for judging are as follows. Content and clarity, 40%. Design and layout, 30%. Audience, 15%. Graphics and images, 15%, for a total of 100%. For meme, the criteria for judging are as follows. Creativity, 40%. Quality of the message, 40%. Overall impact, 20%, for a total of 100%. And for informational TikTok, message and content, 40%. Delivery and performance, 40%. Originality, 10%. Overall impact, 10%, for a total of 100%. And now let's start with spoken word poetry. Spoken poetry is a performance art that is word-based. It is a writing that is meant to be spoken or delivered with emotions to an audience. It is an oral art that focuses on the art of wordplay, rhythm, improvisation, intonation, and voice inflection. Let us have entry number 1.
I will be speaking about how we're being when this pandemic came, how we were able to cope up, how we were able to survive and still continue striving amidst of this situation, and how we are right now, even with this situation. Beyond limits. Closed doors, closed windows, mask on.
New normal and distance are just some words describing our situation. Yes, our situation, where our world are getting a lot of rise, shutting opportunities and modifying our lifestyles. Where our world suddenly locked us up in our room. Meetings were prohibited. Schools face-to-face was limited. It was sudden and unchangeable reality that for sure sculpted in our hearts a memory. But what worries me the most is our education. How could we be able to proceed? The young ones, the kids, that their studies should have a good foundation. But like time, life doesn't stop here. The innovations, inventions that we have, the so-called technology, plays as a bridge between us right now. It's indeed a new normal. Students are facing screens, teachers talking to cameras, meetings on virtual, everything through technology. Yes, life served us a great and tough cause, but human in nature is a fighter. Human in nature finds a way. Human in nature is creative. Seminars, workshops, exhibits continues to function amidst pandemic. With the resources and clever minds of our professionals. Together, we continue to walk in this course of life. Nothing will stop us from aiming. We are gifted with talents, so we inspire beyond limits.
Entry number 2.
Communication is the effective ingredient in peaceful coexistence. It is also a foundation for identity and meaning. In case of trials, communication will prevail, and do not overwhelm by fear. A question did suddenly pop in my mind: how technology helps students in the midst of pandemic. Focus of higher education and COVID-19's adaptation is in remote learning and working. It is estimated around half of the world the school remains shut, although it has been potentially damaging disruption to the education of generation. Social media, apps and games. These important uses of digital media played important role in boosting students, teachers, and parents, with a bit of human contact and additional motivation to connect and learn. Let's get involved in technology in the midst of pandemic. Technological convergence is in fact affecting our everyday lives, or even our work life. It is valuable for marketing industry, as all media is grouped in a single device. It has also become a powerful tool in the business sector as well as entertainment.
Entry number 3.
Have you seen the changes? Do you recognize all of this, or are you still clueless? Walking today is not the typical thing you usually do. We walk on technology. We surf on the internet, actively crossing the web, me and you. Classes cannot only just be heard by one classroom, but around the globe. Teachers became borderless that no one could show. Teachers want students have knowledge to gain. Technology indeed helped them to accomplish this aim. Transfers the learning experience where we have access to incredible amount of opportunities. From learning how to code and learning how to collaborate. Technology empowers to be more creative and to be more connected. All over the world, school shutdowns have seen teachers, students, and families get together to achieve great things with relatively simple technologies. You've brought us closer, then made us more distant, made us more aware, then made us doubtful to ourselves. Introduce us to more friends, given us more publicity, save us more time. Digital convergence is an evolving reality, especially where in pandemic we often use technology, from working at home and joining into classes. All of us were relying into digital devices. Technologies is really a good material, a very usable, especially now that we're in new normal. Thanks to the advances of digitalization, students and teachers can now resume the flow of education.
Entry number 4.
Sharing talking, writing and speaking, some type of communicating. May it be verbal or non-verbal, full of competence or not. All of these aspects are important. Oral communication is not a contest or competition on how to develop correct grammar, but it is a display of proper interaction. Attitude will always matter, whether it is sinner or saver. So to communicate effectively, you have to speak broadly. You have to speak right and clearly, so that we will not create misunderstanding and we don't want that from happening.
Entry number 6.
As a student, learning in different kind of modalities is so frustrating. That's why I always end up asking, how long are we going to live like this? With this pandemic existing, where classes no longer opens and our dreams are slowly fading. I am going to ask again, what's next to happen? I was staying at home for more than a year, without even trying to go out because there is fear. I'm living in fear day by day because I was too afraid that I might die easily. So I open my eyes and then I see the humanity is at risk. We are all feeling sick due to this virus who always think that we can't even kick out of our lives. But you see, life must go on. We need to move on. With this COVID-19, there is a new form of communicating. With face-to-face communication became vague in the modern society. Here goes the development of technology, where internet propagated quickly and social media progressed rapidly, making our lives today easy. Now, let's go back. These memories flashing back, reminiscing all those laughters we left in the past. The classroom. Oh, I miss. The classroom is where we meet. Now we are together in Google Meet. Day by day we used to see. Now we are seeing each other virtually. I remember my teacher was standing in front, holding a chalk, writing in the board. But here she is, typing in the messenger's keyboard to announce something, to give us insights and learnings. And here goes the Google.com, an application who answers all our questions. Now you see, that's how powerful technology today. In the situation we are in, the ability of understanding is a very important thing to let us know what is really happening. Lockdown for precautionary, we stay at home for our safety. So how can we get the school updates, the national or international updates, or any other updates? No worries. I got the television in front, the radio at my back, and a cell phone in my hand. See, that's how getting information today easy. But for a world that is socially misinformed, we need to practice looking up the meaning for and not to be gullible so that we can never be fooled. Living in a day with COVID-19 feels so boring. I know you can feel. But with TikTok, YouTube, IG for sharing, and Twitter, Messenger, Facebook for connecting, we can live our life more exciting. This pandemic is exhausting. We feel so tired, and sometimes we lose hope. But if you go deeper and understand what all of this means, you've got to realize that this situation is also inspiring. With our educational institution at close, our dreams will never be loose, and not giving up is what we are going to choose. We got this on the way, so don't you worry. We have our new technology that will make all of this convenient. Yes, we are going to live this life in this way, but still hoping this would change someday. With all of this uncertainty, I realize that the society today works differently. You and me connecting, having technology for educating, to connecting, informing, inspiring, and all of this converging. This is me, who always believe that with this pandemic, I know we can live. So
just have faith because we can embrace it.
Entry number 7.
Communication backer. What's happening today? We don't say what we mean, and we don't mean what we say. We trundle along in life, not speaking when we should, and we until it's too late and then say nothing good. We don't look at each other, nor smile as much these days. We are all busy. Being busy is the grace. What is so important that we don't really think? Why don't we make time? Instead of running, we could walk. We use our text messages, our computers to speak. We use our telephones and really in our craft. It's hard to know what's behind talk. If you're not face to face, it's hard to get a clear messages. Isn't it agree or disagree? That we don't meet each other and look eye to eye. That we don't take the time and understand why. Why it is so important we connect and really speak. Why it is essential we truly listen and not speak. When someone suggests something that's so far from our minds, world peace depends on these things, so let's not be so blind. We've got to make an effort.
Infographics. Infographics refer to a chart, diagram, or illustration, as in a book or magazine or on a website, that uses graphic elements to present information in a visually striking way. Let us have entry number 1. Entry number 2. Entry number 3. Entry number 4. Entry number 5. Entry number 6. Entry number 8. Entry number 9. Entry number 10. Meme. Meme is a unit of cultural information spread by imitation, and it also refers as a concept or behavior that spreads from person to person. Example of memes include beliefs, fashion, stories, and phrases. Let us have entry number 1. Entry number 2. Entry number 3. Entry number 5. Entry number 6. Entry number 8. Entry number 9. Informational TikTok video. Informational TikTok video is a performance art that is information-based. It is a venue where someone shares significant information about a certain topic or lesson. In other words, its aim is for information dissemination. Let us have entry number 1.
Good day, everyone. I'm 𝚂𝚌𝚑𝚘𝚘𝚘, grade 11 student from 𝚂𝚐𝚘𝚑𝚘𝚘 Emperor Brim. This video content is all about what is distance learning and its type. Without further ado, let me start my discussion. Now, what is distance learning? Distance learning, also known as distance education, e-learning, or online learning, is a type of education in which teachers and students are physically separated during instruction, and various technologies are used to enhance student-to-teacher and student-to-student communication. Now, what are the different types of distance learning? In the recent past, distance learning has advanced considerably since the time of correspondence courses. The advent of computers, digitalization, and improved internet technologies have led to an increase in the emergence of various types of distance learning. Online courses will soon be substituted by in-person, face-to-face lectures. Now, let me discuss and share to you the 4 types of distance learning, which are the synchronous distance learning, asynchronous distance learning, hybrid distance learning, and electronic learning. First, we have synchronous distance learning. Synchronous is one of the most acclaimed distance learning types that are most suitable for engaging in continuing education programs. Besides that, synchronous learning is preferable degree programs that draw attention to communication, such as counseling, psychology, nursing, general education, and general psychology. Number 2. Asynchronous distance learning. Asynchronous is a type of learning that has a strict set of deadlines, often a weekly time limit. However, it allows learners to learn at their own pace. It is one of the most popular distance learning types because students can communicate with each other seamlessly through online notices or bulletin boards. Next type we have hybrid distance learning. Students can complete their own work at their own pace using a new hybrid distance learning platform. Hybrid distance learning combines asynchronous and synchronous learning to form a structure. Students are required to meet at a particular time in an internet chat room or a classroom rather than in person. Last type we have electronic learning. Electronic learning, sometimes known as e-learning, is a sort of remote learning that allows students to access course materials via a computer. Electronic learning courses are always delivered using DVDs, CDs, and various computer-based resources. So now you know what is distance learning and the 4 types of distance learning. I hope it helps. And once again, I am 𝚂𝚌𝚑𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘, grade 11 student from 𝚂𝚐𝚘𝚘𝚘 Emperor Brim. Thank you for watching and may God bless us always.
Entry number 2.
Hi guys, so for this topic, I'll be talking about the convergence of technology. Let's go! What is convergence? Convergence is the approach towards a common view. It can be taught in several different ways and can be felt in computing, communication, and entertainment. Now, what is the meaning of technology? Technology, it is the application of scientific knowledge for the practical purposes, especially in industry. Now, we come to the meaning of the history and the reason of convergence. It was year 1691 when the verb convergence was created. It implied the tending of two lines to approach one another. During the 20th century, the word converge became broader and primarily started with the emergence of computers, internet, and mobile technology. Types of convergence. The first one is media convergence. It is the concept in which old and new media intersect. It brings 30% together computing, communication, and content. Then, the second is the messaging convergence. Messaging convergence, which refers to the grouping of services that interrogates SMS with voice. Then, the third type of convergence is digital convergence. Digital convergence is mainly driven by telecommunication, information technology, internet, media, and entertainment industries. For the last part of this video, I will talking here the 3C of technology convergence. Computer technology, which is the design and constructions of computer to do better help people at school, in business, and at home. Information technology and encompasses a development list of different softwares, programs, and devices. Second is content technology. Multimedia contents means the mixing of different media such as text, sounds, video, and etc. on the same screen in an interactive mode. And for the last one is communication technology. Communication technology, it is the capability to operation, maintain, and upgrade communication equipment forms part of every technology convergence. And this is the end of my video. Thank you for watching. Stay safe guys and God bless you all.
Entry number 3.
Technology can become the wings that will allow the educational world to fly farther and faster than ever before, if we will allow it. Hi, good day. I am 𝚂𝚑𝚑𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘 and I'm here to talk about communication convergence, technology and education, connecting, informing, and inspiring. What are the first thoughts that come to mind when we hear the communication convergence? Could it be accurate that different communication technologies are becoming more interconnected? Without a hint of doubt, yes. Convergence in communication methods refers to the movement of various types of communication technologies closer together. As communication technologies have converged, a single terminal device such as a mobile phone or digital television can now perform multiple functions. Technology is often seen as a part of the adult world. When technology is in the hands of children, the association is often social media or gaming. But now, more than ever, children need technology to assist their education. We say need because as valuable as textbook and traditional learnings are, they don't do enough in a world that relies on technology. Analog learning alone cannot prepare students for what they will face as adults, no matter their profession. It's difficult to imagine the leap. Just 2 decades ago, computers in school were only found in computer labs. Now, they are in every classroom. The value was slowly recognized. And even today, we cannot grasp what will come tomorrow. With that in mind, let's take a look at how technology prepares for the future. Now, what if we link education and technology? When we link communication convergence to education, it broadens the scope of education by supporting learning and inclusive education. Most importantly, as it emphasizes effectiveness and efficiency, technology should strengthen the teaching and learning process as well as facilitate better performance of educational systems. As of now, because of the big problem and lots of challenges that COVID-19 brought to all of us, especially in the aspect of education, technologies nowadays are one of the most significant and very essential things to us and for the teachers also. With the use of the different technologies such as cellular phones, laptop, computer, and etc., along with the different types of apps, it is more easier to us to communicate and continue our classes even though it is throughout virtual ways. Aside from communication, we can also be the one to inform, or we are the one to be informed about the important matters, tasks, assignments, announcements, and other educational matters with the use of the said technologies and apps. Moreover, because of the situation that the world is facing right now, many people and especially students and teachers are feeling depressed and stressed because of the responsibilities that they are also have. With the help of these technologies and apps, we can be able to cheer up those who feel depressed, stressed, tired, and hopeless. We can be able to help them through texting, chatting, or posting motivational quotes and messages. And also, by inspiring them to strive more and not to give up that easily. In these challenges that we have been facing, we must be strong and bold enough to fight these challenges. Thank you.
Entry number 5.
Good morning, everyone. Now let's talk about what is the use of technology in education during this pandemic. When the COVID-19 pandemic swept across the world in 2020, schools closed and education was moved to students' homes. Consequently, many countries faced the challenge of an unanticipated and accelerated move to online learning. This represents a crucial time to consider technology, pedagogy, and education. Digital technology played a significant role in enabling teachers to teach students at a distance using tools that enabled both synchronous and asynchronous communication with whole class, groups, and individual children or young people.
She doing that thing, boom, bam, feeling the drum, boom, bam, raising the thumb, boom, bam, shake it like that, shake it boom. Girl, let me see how you a bad, sipping when you sit on punish, get me in a that, so me say me, girl, let me see how you a bad, smoking when you black it, get me in a that. Ram, bim, bam, taka, 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 bim, bam, bam, bum, bam, dale, bam, bim, bim, bam, bam, bum, bam, taka, taka, bim, bam, bam, bum, bum, bim, bam.
Entry number 6.
Hi, this is 𝚂𝚑𝚑𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚕 from grade 11 Escolar Fish, and I have a question for you. Are you familiar about the concept of communication convergence? If you're not, then let's talk about it. But first, what is communication? Communication refers to two-way process of conveying information, ideas, feeling, and opinion between two or more persons, either verbally or non-verbally, using a medium. Mailing a letter to a friend, sending an email to a co-worker, calling a friend on the telephone, having a discussion, and sending a text message is an example of communication. And the two types of communication are based on channels and based on purpose. First is based on channels. This is connected to verbal, non-verbal, and visual communication. Verbal communication is connected to oral and written communication, while based on purpose is connected to formal and informal communication. Formal communication is connected to vertical, horizontal, and diagonal communication as well. And how about convergence? Convergence is often defined as the occurrences of multiple products or units coming together to form a system. Like for example, the cell phones which provide graphic, text, voice, and music. Then let's talk about communication convergence. Communication convergence means that different types of communication technologies are coming closer to each other. The convergence of communication technology means one terminal device. For example, a mobile telephone or a digital television can be used for various different services. And how about our situation right now? Media convergence and as well as communication technology is the biggest way for us to connect and participate learning activities in school. We all know the struggle about COVID-19, that this is not an easy situation. But let's embrace the new normal and let's practice mobile communication. Because just like the convergence of communication means that the different kinds of communication technologies are coming closer to each other, and that is between the technology and us. The relation between the communication technology and the students right now is happening. Embrace, emerge, and embellish. I hope you learned something about that one. Don't forget to inspire others and inspire yourself as well. Have a healthy living, everyone. God bless us. Mwah!
Entry number 9.
Hi, I'm 𝚂𝚑𝚑𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘 and let's talk about technology and education. Today, we're going to talk about distance learning under a pandemic. Gone are the days when students have to depend solely on their teachers, textbooks, and printed lessons. New information is just a click away, whether helpful or not. With search engines and social media networks, learning a bit or too much about something has become inevitable. This is why the initiative of the Department of Education to launch 𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑 is timely, because Filipinos are among the top users of the internet. 𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑 is a cyberspace channel that makes distance learning possible. Now, distance learning in a nutshell is an educational setup where lesson absorption becomes unhindered by the physical separation of teachers, students, and the lack of actual presence in classrooms, usually prompted by emergencies, calamities, and other unfortunate events. A visit to the 𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑's website will allow us to view and even download learning materials for our K-12 students. 𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑 makes distance learning convenient for teachers, students, and even parents, making it an ideal supplemental learning tool. But while 𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑 is a very helpful innovation for learners and teachers, some students will still be left behind. Technology is progressing, but not everyone can catch up with technological innovations. The convenience that 𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑 brings to people with gadgets and a working internet will not be available to people in the rural areas or among the urban poor lacking such tools. May it be a national goal to make these technological innovations accessible to everyone. My suggestion is to expand the 𝚑𝚑𝚑 Commons website. The Department of Education should launch a 𝚑𝚑𝚑 Commons app that is downloadable in one cycle and can be accessed without an internet connection. In the remote areas, there should be a kiosk where there is a gadget or device, let's say a desktop, that is free and accessible to all enrolled students in that community. They can access the learning materials, print and copy it in this way. They could be urged to finish their studies and pursue their education despite the pandemic. We have made innovations in communication technology since the start of the pandemic, from printed modules to 𝚑𝚑𝚑 Commons. These are good steps to help our students in their learning amidst the pandemic. What we are left to improve now is how to make these innovations as inclusive as possible. How to make sure that students that are marginalized and are living in difficult circumstances can also avail and access their right to education. What we need to strive and achieve now is to make sure that no student will ever be left behind. That's all. This has been 𝚂𝚐𝚘𝚊𝚑𝚘𝚘. Good luck to you all.
And that ends our communication convergence, technology and education, connecting, informing, inspiring. This has been a Senior High School Virtual English Festival 2021 of the 𝚑𝚑𝚑 School of Fisheries. Thank you so much to our contestants for joining in our activity: spoken word poetry, infographics, meme, and informational TikTok. And to our judges, thank you so much. Up next is the awarding of the winners. But before anything else, we would like to thank once again, our judges for today's activity, and we will be giving them certificates of recognition for their invaluable contribution to the success of our program, Communication Convergence, Technology and Education, Connecting, Informing, Inspiring, a DSSF Senior High School Virtual English Fest 2021. Let me read the citation. Republic of the Philippines, Department of Education, Region 11, Division of Davao del Sur, Malalag District. Certificate of recognition is awarded to, in grateful appreciation for having shared her time and expertise as judge during the conduct of Senior High School Virtual Communication Convergence 2021 with the theme Technology and Education, Connecting, Informing, Inspiring on November 8, 2021, given this 8th day of November 2021 at Davao del Sur School of Fisheries. Signed, 𝚂𝚑𝚑𝚘𝚘𝚘 Florentino, School Principal 3. Signed, Epifanio M. Arañez, School Principal 2, OIC Office of the District Principal in Charge. Certificate of recognition is awarded to Miss Rainily S. Gamarcha. Certificate of recognition is awarded to Miss Vanessa P. Paden. Certificate of recognition is awarded to Miss Glyza May G. Palmero. Once again, to our judges, thank you so much. This activity will not be successful without your contribution. Thank you once again. And at this point in time, we will be awarding our winners. the winners of spoken poetry. Third place, 𝚂𝚊𝚟𝚊𝚘𝚘𝚘. Second place, Chinisa Kate Galos. And the winner, first place for spoken word poetry, Julia Estimada. The winners of infographics, we have a tie. Third place, Casey Marian Lopez. Third place, Sheila May Bataycan. Second place, Hannah B. Limbo. And first place, the winner of infographics, Rain Angela Gamba. The winners of meme, third place, Axel Gamao. Second place, Gali M. Relacion. And first place, the winner of meme, Fritzy Bilbar. The winners of informational TikTok. Third place, Ramsel Ivan Hugh Dilioro. Second place, Kathleen Eve Dinuna. And first place, the winner for informational TikTok, Sahara Via Tanting. And that ends our program. This is Communication Convergence, Technology and Education, connecting, informing, inspiring, a DSSF Senior High School Virtual English Festival 2021. Thank you so much for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. To our contestants, congratulations. To our judges, thank you so much. Until next time, goodbye everyone. God bless us all.